I want to thank you all for your hard work last night. It's times like this we realize that the staff at GH are the best. It's nice to see some old familiar faces back on staff. And some newbies, too. Nothing like trial by fire, right? What we do as doctors and nurses is we fix people. And when we fail at that mission every once in a while, it can be pretty tough. Particularly when it's one of our own. So in memory of Dr. Ford, I want us to, you would want us to move on from this.
He'd want us to get back to work.
Yes, he would. So everybody, let's get back to work, all right? Oh, and real quickly, the board shows a temporary replacement for Chief.
Oh.
Well, it's me.
It's the 10th time you've checked my vitals today.
Can't be too cautious.
So, how'd it go?
Well, it's official. You're sleeping with the Chief of Staff.
Patrick, that's amazing. Isn't it?
You know how I live to feel superior.
You're gonna do a great job. Speaking of jobs, Kelly was by again today. She said everything looks great and that I should be able to go back to work.
Probably could have been a lot worse. You know that.
Maybe, but it wasn't. So I appreciate the day of rest, boss, but it's time for Mama to get back to work.
Been meaning to talk to you about that.
What's up?
I think it'd be a good idea if you took some time off until the baby comes.
And what, stay home barefoot and pregnant?
No, you can wear shoes.
You know, I think it's great that you are concerned in your own quintessential sexist way. But I will be fine. Me and the baby.
I don't think you understand.
Understand what?
I'm relieving you of your duties.
What? Wait a second, are you firing me?
Dr. Henzel, to surgery, please. Dr. Henzel.
All right. Who would like to present the case? Blondie. It's yours.
Okay. Patient is 65-year-old female, complaining of shortness of breath, cough, and fever. She was given 80 milligrams of furosemide and has voided 450 cc so far.
Did we check her electrolytes before giving her the diuretic?
Yes, and her potassium is normal.
And what if her potassium level drops because of the diuretic? What would you do?
I would repeat the furosemide.
Wrong. This is Pharmacology 101. I suggest you spend a little bit more time catching up on your caseload and just a little less catching up on yourselves.
Yeah, I think what she meant was is she'd run a repeat potassium level first to be sure it was still within normal range and then give the furosemide.
Is that right? So tell me this then, in your esteemed opinion. What are the 3 early signs we look for in respiratory failure?
Rapid heart rate, rapid breathing, and restlessness.
What about cyanosis?
Cyanosis isn't an early sign. It occurs secondary to the anoxygenation of hemoglobin in the capillaries.
Recommended course of treatment?
I'd get blood gases, start IV fluids, and increase her oxygen.
And run the risk of bacterial pneumonia because you neglected to start her on an antibiotic? This isn't med school anymore. When you're wrong here, people die. The correct answer is You get a sputum culture, and you hit the infection hard with a kick-ass antibiotic.
Actually, Dr. Julian, I'll be treating the patient with a course of acupuncture on her ears and feet.
What? That's ridiculous.
Medicine isn't an exact science, Dr. Julian. There isn't always one correct answer. I'd imagine that's something you'd want your students to learn.
Stop being so dramatic. I'm not firing.
Well, that's certainly what it sounds like to me.
Just putting you on maternity leave early.
And without my consent. And you know what? If this is how you're going to be making decisions as the new chief of staff, then you've got something else coming to you. Because when you say employment help. Thank you. Employment discrimination, because that's exactly what this is.
For you or for me?
Firing a woman from your staff because she's pregnant is discrimination.
Robin.
And I will be the first person to bring a lawsuit against you and this hospital.
Okay, first of all, I'm looking out for the hospital's best interest. It's way too dangerous for you to be working here, demonstrated last night.
That was an accident.
And a huge liability for the hospital. And second of all, I'm looking out for our family's best interest. Robin, you're not just a doctor anymore. You're the mother of our child.
Really? I thought I just needed to cut back on the carbs.
Your first priority should be bringing this baby into the world safe and healthy.
No, my first priority is going home. Not because I'm quitting, but because my ankles are swollen to the size of rutabagas. And I do have a priority of bringing this child safe and healthy into this world, which is why I'm leaving now, because if I don't, this child will be born behind bars.
Because you're gonna...
Murder its father, yes.
Okay. Okay, well then, yeah, you should go home. Just relax, and I'll see you there later.
No. Don't bother coming home. I'm changing the locks.
Can't believe that doctor died.
Neither can we.
We're not gonna get, like, arrested or anything, are we? Because we didn't actually hit him, you know.
That's between you and the authorities. You gave me a statement, didn't you?
Yeah, as far as I remember.
You know, you're lucky you walked away with only a couple broken ribs. You realize that?
Yes, sir. I do.
I suppose you know what happened last night, all because of your irresponsible behavior.
It was an accident.
Who were you?
I'm her boyfriend.
Fiancé. That's Jerry. We just got engaged last night.
Congratulations.
That's where we were. We were celebrating down at Jake's.
I gave her the ring at dinner, and then a bunch of our buddies came out for drinks.
But then I started to feel a little, I don't know, weird, like dizzy.
So what
or
were you
something.
on?
Excuse me?
What drugs were you on? Or was it booze that caused you to crash into the ER and take out everyone in sight?
No, I didn't mean to.
Where
I
did you
don't know.
get off? Do you know you killed a man last night? You realize that? And you could have killed a lot more people, all because of your stupid decision to get behind the wheel when you were too wasted to even walk straight.
Dr. Drake.
Sorry.
Alice's blood work came in this afternoon. We ran it twice, but there's no alcohol or drugs in her system. She's clean.
Robin? I thought you might have had the door booby-trapped. But I'm sure you're feeling better, right? After a good night's sleep. Hope. Trust me, you're not gonna want to come back to work after this baby's born. And that's all right, because it's up to you. It's your body, it's your career. You are woman, hear you roar. So why don't you get that sexy body out here and let me hear you roar.
Thanks, but, aren't you gonna buy me dinner first?
You're watching Night Shift on SoCal.